Hey everyone, this is Herschel Froome from High School Top 200, and I thought I'd be making those videos so that I can explain. And obviously, I asked everyone if they wanted questions answered, then I would make a video and answer it. So here we go. I'm just wearing my Chargers gears. Huge Chargers fan, just to support us for this weekend in the draft. I'm a big Chargers fan, big Jazz fan. Love my Chiefs and the All Blacks as well. But yeah, we can talk all sports after. So to answer some of the questions that came out and that people were asking is one was how do I do the rankings for the national rankings, and the best way to sort of explain it is that I usually do it by how hard the competition that you're in, how many good teams there are within the competition that you play in. So obviously for Super 8 teams, and also for the Canterbury Cup and the 1A, and also the Wellington, those guys, they almost play hard games every week, and not hard for their competition, but hard even nationally. So like for example, if you're Hamilton and then you're going to play and then you're going to play New Plymouth, then you're going to play Gisborne, and then you're going to play Rotorua, like those 3 games just in a row, just by themselves, is hard enough. And that's the same thing that the 1A goes into, is where your competition really doesn't have any weak teams. The Super 8 really doesn't have any weak teams because of the boys' competition. They've always got a lot of boys to choose from. There's always a lot of talent that is there. And so, like, if you can go only losing 1 or 2 games within your own competition, and they're all against hard teams, it's going to look a lot better for your squad and for your team in terms of a national level. And this is where I like those inter-school kind of games, like for Auckland Grammar, that play outside of their schools as well. Like they'll play New Plymouth boys soon, which is going to be a big match. So like if you're around New Plymouth, get to that game. That's going to be a good game. If you play big teams outside of your own competition, and you travel and then you play these big, it's going to look good when you travel, and better if you win, but also even if you maybe just lose. Like if you stay within a really respectable range of losing, it's still gonna look good for your squad. Losing in terms of national rankings is not really such a bad thing, but depending on how much you lose and who you lose to is a different thing. Like Wellington College went through a little bit a couple of years ago, where they lost to teams where you shouldn't really lose to. Like you can have bad games and whatever, but then even the other games that they played and that they were only just winning by also kind of doesn't bid well for a team. So like if the way I see it is, if you win the games that you're supposed to win, and then you try and win games that are outside of your range of winning, and if you win, great, it bumps you up a lot. But if you don't, then lose within a respectable range, so that even when you look at your schedule as a whole, it doesn't look so bad. The other question that a lot of people ask, and it's weird to think this, because like take for example this week St. Paul's, tomorrow at Karaka Rugby Club, they play Sacred Heart, who are ranked number 8. Like St. Paul's is ranked number 20, but they're ranked number 8. Then on Saturday they go down to Taupo. So St. Paul's goes down to Taupo, and then they play Hastings boys. Now, if St. Paul's wins against Sacred Heart, and they're 20, and then Sacred Heart's number 8, they don't jump to number 8. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like, if you beat that guy, then you fall into that spot. Like a couple of years back, Otahu beat St. Kitts. It didn't mean that they jumped to number 1. It just means St. Kitts had to move back a couple, and then Otahu got that recognition and maybe jumped up a few spots within the national rankings. But it's about consistency of how you win and lose. If you win a lot more and by a lot more points to what you lose,